Good morning, everybody. This has been a while since we've said hello to all my friends, and I'm grateful for Mandy, my dear friend, who helped set this up so that I can chat with you. And it's something I need to do. And I have two things today that I wanted to talk with you about. One of which was just suggested to me last night as a balance in our lives and the importance of it, but tying it in with our ego and how serious it is when ego leads our thoughts and actions, and rather than being able to use our own self-honesty. And I think that for me, that's it. If my ego is, if I'm putting myself ahead of my concern and my actions with people, then I'm not being honest. Because ego is kind of a liar. It tells us that things are fine and that I'm great, rather than having some humility and understanding that I'm only as good as the ability I am to change and grow. And once I lose that, then my ego is leading and it's distorted and dishonest. My value in life today, at this age, is to just simply be. When I talk about, you can go back and look at some of the other ones, what videos I've done, and one is how I found myself. And the thing is that what I had to do is I had to find out who I was. That life and circumstances and other people end up being our mirrors. And so we see ourselves as we are represented by in other people's eyes. And it isn't until we're able to look at ourselves and our defects and the things that we wish that we didn't do or we want to do better, can we honestly say, I know myself today. I don't always care for all the things that I do. I'd like to improve. Seems kind of interesting to my younger friends, I'm sure, that after all, you should reach a certain point where you're there, you've made it. Not so. For the simple reason that at different stages in our lives, because of the unbalance that happens between our inappropriate views of ourselves, using other people as a guide, as this is an example. I want to be like that person. I want to be like me. And it may not be what you want, which is great, because it'd be a very boring world if we were all me. That's for sure. So I have to use that very carefully, and recognizing that when I do something, and I do something for someone, I have to know why I did it. It sounds strange. Am I looking for something in return? Am I looking for that special thank you, or am I want them to look at me in a certain way? Oh, what a giving person she is. I give because it makes me feel good, and I will continue to do that. I want to feel good today. That's the balance I want in my life. I want to be able to look at life with the gratitude that I need to have to be thankful that I wake up every day. And it is through all of that that I come to want to talk a little bit about death and dying and how it affects us. Young people, I never did. I can't remember when I reached an age where all of a sudden it was something that I thought about or knew was going to happen and accepted. My husband and I talk about it a lot. Not overwhelmingly, but we're comfortable in talking about it because it happens to all of us at some point. And interestingly enough, we are now living in senior housing. And because of that, we are exposed to death and dying often. We get very attached to each other in this building. These, for many people, are the last people we'll know, the last new friends we'll make in this lifetime. I have a birthday this week. I'm going to be 82. I don't feel 82. My head's not 82, but my body's 82. So I have a lot to compare. I look at the people around me, and those that are suffering the most are the saddest. They haven't yet looked at death as something that I can't say they welcome, but that say it's okay. It's one of those things that I can't control. And when it happens, two things make me very happy. I have a wonderful relationship with my grandchildren. I hope they'll have good memories of me. And at the same time, they'll have these videos, which is kind of cool if you think about it, because they can visit me anytime. The second is the fact that um, I'm not afraid of dying. I'm I know the biggest fear I have is that my wonderful husband would be alone with a lot of things that I do automatically that I don't explain to him, like banking and bill paying and, little things like that. And I cook a lot and I love to cook and he's learning little things, but he's not going to be making my meals, at least not for a while. But I know in the friends that I have, friends right there that I'm talking to, that those people are going to step up, that they're going to be here for him because he's a part of their lives too, just like I am. So that makes that fear a little less. And also, I don't have any control over it. So therefore, I have to accept. So watching the older people in this building in their fears and their worries and the aloneness of them, when they leave here in an ambulance, we don't often know where they're going. We don't know who's going to be there with them. And we wait to hear some word that they're okay, that they're coming back, just to know, to be able to say our emotional goodbyes. It's nice when I can do things for people while they're alive. I have a very dear friend here whose daughter comes and spends time with her, and she has Alzheimer's, and she forgets my name every time, and it's perfectly all right. She says, I'm going to call you honey, because when I can't remember anyone's name, that's what I call them. I said, Mary, you can call me honey anytime. So she is one who isn't thinking about death. And she's going to be doing some more painting. I had her do some crocheting. So we keep her busy and smile and welcome the fact that she's alive another day. When should people start thinking about it? Maybe in the actions we do every day. Maybe that's the balance we have to have between tomorrow and today. Is what can I do today that's going to make my leave taking more acceptable and and let that gratitude for the fact I have another day. Now, is my life perfect? Well, it's getting better. we are using more of our upstairs puzzle room for many other activities. I sew in there, I paint in there, we do puzzles, there's exercise equipment now. We show some movies there, we do our yoga. So I get out of you've heard me complain, I have a very small apartment. Now I have another place to go. So I have no more reason to complain about the size of my apartment. Things change. And in that change, if I put effort in, I can find a balance between my daily living and my saying goodbye. And knowing that I'm not going anywhere because I'm leaving behind these crumbs. And hopefully, you'll follow them. And if you do, you may reach 82 and with a sense of acceptance and gratitude. Because that's the only thing I know that keeps me putting one foot in front of the other and figuring, what am I going to do today that's positive? Eliminating completely in my life anything that's taking anybody else's inventory. I have to love people for who they are. I don't always have to agree with them, but I do have to love them because everyone gets to where they are on a different road. And your road is not necessarily my road, which is fine because there are many roads that lead to tomorrow. And the biggest one is keeping your feet on the road today in the direction you want to go so that you can come away feeling, I did okay. I did okay. It's not my ego. It's true and honest. And my my friend Mandy's the puppy's coming and giving her a kiss, which is wonderful, which is probably time to say goodbye. I hope that people will feel comfortable in saying, could you talk about this more? Or could you talk about this less? Whatever it is that makes you question or want to know how to get to 82 and feel you can reach out to people and not have worry about what they judge, and hope that you gain some words of wisdom somewhere along the line. I love you all, and we'll meet again next month. We're planning on making guaranteed once a month, so I will be here, and I will think of you all. Bye bye.